Stella Rosa Wines wants to make your holidays a little bit merrier with an extra $500 in your wallet. Go to stellarosa.com/wish for your chance to win. Please celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate Stella Rosa.
Stella Rosa Wines wants to make your holidays a little bit merrier with an extra $500 in your wallet. Go to stellarosa.com/wish for your chance to win. Please celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate Stella Rosa.
Santa baby, I've been an awful good girl. It's the holiday season and I'm your Santa baby today. I'm Nick Amell, host of the Tennis Podcast. I tried for years to get my original sidekick host to sing Santa Baby, so I thought I was the next best thing. But maybe my sidekick host today will give it a try.
Oh, sorry. I was just jamming to the music, man. That was great. You finished a little too soon.
Did you enjoy that music in like a musical sense or like a sexual sense? Or both?
About half and half.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, since Nick is too rude to introduce me, my name's Alex.
Oh, well, I actually forgot your name and I was embarrassed to admit that, so I was waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Right. Childhood friend, 15 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 at least, yeah.
Something like that. You know, you never asked me to sing Santa Baby.
Please do.
And
Go
now
ahead.
that you've sung it, it's lost its luster, so I don't think it'll ever happen.
Is there anything else you'd like to sing for us, Alex?
No.
Okay. Any words of wisdom, any poetry you want to read?
No.
Excellent. Alex Johns is my sidekick host today, and if you're new to the show, every week, me and my sidekick host share fun facts, trivia, and most importantly, hot takes as we try to guess each other's top 10-ish list. Alex, you're smooth as hell.
And you're a hot take.
Like physically smooth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter?
Sure. Like peanut butter. Not quite as thirst quenching, though.
Right.
Of course. Alex, how are your balls hanging today?
Low. Very low. It's concerning.
How pumped are you for the holidays? Is your Christmas tree up?
Not yet.
Your holiday tree.
We are
excuse me.
recording this in early November.
Nope. We're doing this in real time, live in
Live
the
in your
ears of
ears.
our listeners.
I exist outside of space and time, so things like this become a little confusing for me. Sorry.
Gotcha. Do you enjoy the holiday season?
I do. I enjoy not working.
Okay, so you bought into American capitalism and corporate greed.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, Alex, why don't you gift me a holiday present here and tell me the top 10-ish list I'll be guessing today?
Oh, I was supposed to bring a list?
I think this is going to be a short episode because my ass didn't bring a list. You didn't bring a list?
Has that joke gotten old yet?
No.
How many the top 10ish times that people have said, "Oh, I didn't bring a list to this episode."
Well, admittedly, probably 6 or 7 of those times were me doing it to various sidekicks over the years, but
only one time was it real.
yeah. So no list today, huh? What do you want to talk about for the next hour then?
I'm just joshing your taters. I actually did bring a list, and I'm pretty excited to talk about it.
Is it tater tot based?
It is not tater tot based or potato based at all.
Is it Josh based?
There may be a Josh or two. No, today I brought you. So I kind of like to, I'm the nerdy guy, right? I brought the board game list. I brought the space list.
Whoa, yes. Goddamn
kind of
nerdy
stuff.
guy. Yes. Totally agree.
So I wanted to stick with a theme, right? Love space. Trying to think of what else we can talk about space. I was like, you know
Nuts.
what? We should add some pop culture into this. So today I have the list of the top 10 highest grossing science fiction film franchises. It's a mouthful.
Franchises.
So not just individual films. This, as a franchise, it has to have 2 or more films. So think about that in your list building. If it just has one film, it's not going to be on the list. And this is highest grossing and just the film, because some of these may have some TV components as well. This is only concluding films.
Couple of questions. Highest grossing at the box office, is this domestic or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Adjusted for inflation?
No.
And how do you define science fiction film?
Let's Google it. I'm curious. Define science fiction. Fiction based on imagined future scientific or technological advances and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space or time travel and life on other planets. So one note I noticed, there are no superhero movies. That's a different franchise. That's, I would say, a different, type. There's no fantasy. So don't, Lord of the Rings would be on here money-wise had it
for sure
count, but no Lord of the Rings. So think space, think future, think like
Shrek.
Is that your first guess?
No.
I think Shrek might fall into fantasy.
Yeah.
I have in front of me the top 25 franchises. We're going to try to guess the top 10.
Okay, so I think we all know number one, right? Or I know
I think
number
so,
one.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll say number one is kind of in a league of its own. It almost doubles number two in terms of highest grossing. 2 is very high, 3 is very high, and once you get to 4 through 10, they're all kind of like neck and neck. So
yeah. So we're recording this before Avatar 2 comes out.
Correct.
I'll bet if Avatar 2 was included, let's say we did this list a year from now, I'll bet that would be in the top 5 or so.
You're probably right, because Avatar is the highest grossing sci-fi film of all time. 2.8 billion.
Yeah, highest grossing film of all time, I believe, worldwide of any genre. Wow. Yeah. It might be number 2 now, but it's number 1 or 2.
Just looking at, based on that amount, even without if the second film makes $1, it would come in at number 5 on this list.
Oh, if Avatar 2 made $1, yeah.
Yeah. So just saying, like, Avatar on its own would be number 5 in terms of franchises.
And if Avatar 2 makes $1, that would be news.
That would be news. You gonna go see it?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
It's funny, you don't know this because at the time we're recording this, it hasn't come out yet, but the episode right before this one, I did the top 10 highest grossing disaster movies.
Oh.
So I'd be curious to know if there's any crossover here.
I'd be curious to know as well, but you can't spoil that list for me.
I sure can't. Okay, should I start guessing?
Yeah. Why don't you give me a franchise you think is not on the list?
Trying to think of a good example, but all the examples coming to mind are not franchises. They're just like single movies.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The first one that came to my mind was that Tim Allen movie Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Which I think bombed.
Galaxy Quest is not on the top 25.
Okay. Knew it.
What was that even about? Was that like the 90s?
It was the 90s, yeah. It was about a TV cast from a space, like sci-fi show, being recruited by an actual alien race who thought they were real.
Yeah.
It's actually a really clever premise.
That's a fun concept.
Yeah. Kind of like this show is a fun concept, I'm told.
Yeah. It's got a fan or two.
So no Shrek then, huh?
No Shrek on this list. There is a very funny, and I'll just go ahead and give it to you. Number 21 on this list is The Nutty Professor.
Okay. That is science fiction.
How?
Because he's a scientist, first of all. No, he's a professor. But he's a science professor. And he does experiments that expand his body into the size of a Godzilla. Oh, wait, that was a dream. Yeah.
I just found that so funny going through this list. And they're all like very serious, very like hard science fiction movies. And then the fucking Nutty Professor.
The fucking Nutty Professor. The clumps.
So, yeah, sorry to spoil number 21 on the list for you.
Let me give you a real guess. I'm going to guess this one is... I could see this being like number 9 or 10.
Okay.
And that's Star Trek.
Star Trek. Good guess. That is number 6 on the list.
I knew it.
Yeah. So Star Trek has a total box office gross of $2.2 billion. Number 6 on the list.
All Star Trek movies that have ever released in theaters made a cumulative $2.2 billion.
Correct. There's been 13 Star Trek movies in theaters.
Wow.
More than I expected.
Me too.
And the highest grossing individual film was Star Trek Into Darkness at $467 million.
I want to say that's the most recent one, or pretty close.
Yeah, it's the second most recent. It was the Into Darkness, and then they did the Beyond.
Beyond, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of those?
I have. I think I've seen Into Darkness. I don't think I saw Beyond. And I saw the original, the one that's just Star Trek, which was 2009.
Chris Pine, right?
Yeah, Chris Pine. I liked them. I thought they were good. I never actually saw the show. It was a little before my time. I'm sure your previous Sidekick host has seen them all.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he was an adult when the first one came out.
But
do you watch Black Mirror?
I love Black Mirror. And yes, are you talking about USS Callister?
Yeah.
Such
That's
a
what I always
fantastic
think.
video.
Yeah.
Or
That's
show.
probably the best one of the whole show, I think, that episode.
One of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was fantastic. But no, Star Trek. Funny story about Star Trek. So the creator suggested the idea of a film back in like 1969.
Nice.
But once the original series was canceled, he lobbied to continue the franchise through a film. And it wasn't until the success of Star Wars was seen until it started getting kind of traction to make a film. And it looks like the first one was made in 1979.
Yeah, and it sucks for them too because Star Trek actually preceded Star Wars as a thing, but Star Wars has 10 times the popularity and legend of Star Trek now, even though Star Trek was first.
Right. In here, they have it listed into 3 sort of like sections. They have the original series, which is the first 6 Star Trek movies, all from like the 70s and 80s. They have Star Trek Next Generation, which is 90s through early 2000. There's 4 movies there. I don't think I saw any of those. And then they call it the Kelvin timeline, which is these 3 new ones, Star Trek, Into Darkness, and Beyond.
Yeah.
So, number 6, that's Star Trek.
Yeah, I know people like them, but I just can't get into them. When I think of Star Trek, I just think of the USS Callister from Black Mirror and how hokey it all is, you know?
Yeah. But that's kind of the allure, I suppose.
Yeah. So, number 6, Star Trek. Okay. I'm trying to save number 1.
Yep.
So, sci-fi is not going to include like paranormal activity movies and stuff like that, right? I mean, that's technically...
No, that'd be more horror.
Horror, okay.
However, isn't Cloverfield related to paranormal activity in somehow? Maybe I'm thinking something about it's related to horror.
Have you seen Cloverfield?
No, never.
They have like some thriller-esque movies. I wouldn't call them horror.
Okay. Anyway, that's
Is Cloverfield on there?
25.
Oh, you know what? Godzilla.
There you go. Okay, so Godzilla is interesting here because we have number 5, just blanket Godzilla. There's 36 films under the blanket Godzilla franchise. However, there's also a bit on this list called Monsterverse, which is number 9 on the list. And so Monsterverse just has 4 movies in it, and these are the more recent. When it's Godzilla, it's Kong Skull Island, Godzilla versus Kong, and then Godzilla King of Monsters. But then when you go up and look at Godzilla, it does include all 4 of those Monsterverses, but then every other fucking Godzilla movie ever made. That. Yeah.
I am a sucker for Godzilla. I've always been Team Godzilla. I've seen all the new Godzillas as well. Yes, they're pretty they can be pretty lame, but...
I was going to ask, I knew you were a Godzilla fan. How are the new ones? Like, do they hold up with like modern cinema?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah?
They're just like fun popcorn movies, you know? Those movies that you can kind of just turn your brain off and enjoy it without having to like think too hard about the plot or any of that. I usually gravitate away from those movies and stick to more like real good movies, but I make exceptions sometime, and Godzilla's one of them.
Remind me, isn't Jack Black in some of those movies? Or am I thinking of something else? Like, I thought he was in the new King Kong movie. I could be wrong.
So there was a King Kong movie in like the early 2000s, separate from the most recent series.
Okay.
And that was a Kong movie, no Godzilla, and he was in that.
Gotcha.
He actually had a really vivid sex scene in that with King Kong. So you should see it.
You got my attention. But Godzilla is the longest running film franchise, having been on ongoing production since 1954.
Crazy.
That's nuts. Have you seen like some of the old ones?
Yeah, I used to watch those with my dad when I was a kid, and they're such a trip to watch now. I watched one not too long ago. It's like it has the dubbed English over the, it's the classic thing you see made fun of all the time where the lips don't match the English coming out. And the Godzilla is literally a guy in a Godzilla suit walking on like a miniature toy town, which is so obvious now. But like back in the day, it was like revolutionary.
I'm sure it was great.
It makes you wonder how today's movies, we all look around and saying like, look at the special effects in all these Marvel movies and Star Wars, the new Star Wars and all that. But are those going to be laughed at in 50 years,
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, someday video is going to go into like VR space and people that are like watching like these 2D movies, they're going to be like, oh, look at these fucking cavemen that can't even wipe their own asses and enter the VR space.
Shitting in the street.
Fucking shitting in the streets and watching their 4K televisions. Goddamn.
They got ghosts in their blood too, I hear.
So yeah, Godzilla, $2.5 billion total worldwide gross. The highest grossing individual movie of the franchise is 2014's Godzilla, grossed $529 million.
That was a good one. That's probably my favorite of the recent ones.
Nice.
And this movie gets a ton of shit, but I like it. And that's the 1998 one with Matthew Broderick. It was the first American, I'm pretty sure it was the first American-made, Hollywood-made Godzilla movie, because all the rest were Japan and like really old style. And I like that. I just have a soft spot for that movie because I was so hyped for that movie. 1998, Matthew Broderick.
Was it called just Godzilla? Okay. Trying to look for it here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Godzilla. Yeah, $379 million.
It did well.
Yeah.
But it's universally panned as being a bad movie, but I have a soft spot for it. Alex, have you ever seen a Godzilla movie?
I've never seen a Godzilla movie.
So Godzilla in these movies, he is literally like the Empire State Building would like go up to his ankle. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like he's that big.
I mean, I've seen like clips, right? So like I know he's just this ginormous thing that rises from the sea.
Have you thought about what his shits have got to be like?
Oh, damn.
I mean, his shits have got to be the size of, I don't know, like 10 Empire State Buildings?
What's this guy eating?
Well,
like, how do you survive, with all that mass?
He's got to be eating whales and shit, but even the whales are going to be the size of like a sub from Subway or something to him.
God damn.
But you never see him like when he's walking around destroying the city, he doesn't just drop a shit right in the middle of the city. That could take out some people right there.
Do they specify his gender? Do we know that Godzilla is a he?
In the Matthew Broderick 1998 Godzilla, it is confirmed to be a female because she lays eggs.
Oh. I was just going to ask how big his dick is, but maybe that's the wrong question to be asking.
His dick's got to be, I keep going back to Empire State Building. Dick's got to be bigger than the Empire State Building.
So is there a male and a female Godzilla?
I don't recall that. I'm pretty sure in the 98 one, that she's, what's the term when an animal's like can reproduce without a mate?
Asexual reproduction, something like that.
Something like that. But the other Godzilla movies, I'm not sure if they specify their gender, but shame on us for even assuming.
Shame on us. Shame on us.
So, Alex, would you rather be stepped on by Godzilla or shit on by Godzilla?
Stepped on. Just fucking kill me now.
But the step is going to kill you. The shit, you might be able to survive.
Yeah, but you're covered in shit. Like, you're never going to get that feeling off.
You're not just covered in shit, you are shit. It is so much shit falling from such a high distance with such velocity that it is taking over your core body composition upon impact.
I don't know, Nick. You seem to be the expert of being full of shit, so.
Whoa, wow. Okay. Let's take a minute. Let everyone enjoy that. Okay. Let's continue.
And we're back. All right, so you have number 9 Monsterverse, you have number 6 Star Trek, and number 5 Godzilla.
Okay, let's take a nice healthy break here to tell you about a nice healthy product I use literally every day. If you're like me, eating healthy all the time can be a challenge. Fortunately, I found AG1. I don't know about you, but finding a healthy supplement that actually tastes great has been nearly impossible. Until now. AG1 tastes great. It has a mild tropical taste that I actually look forward to every morning. You might be saying to yourself right now, Nick, first of all, you look great. Secondly, what's even in this stuff? Well, I'll tell you. With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, even aging, all the things. I like to take my AG1 in the mornings, and I like it so much that I've gotten my wife to start drinking it every day as well. She loves it, and now she's gotten our cats to drink it every day too. Well, not really, but I bet they would love it. Here's some other reasons why AG1 is the perfect way to take control of your health. It's lifestyle friendly. That means that whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, it works for all of those special diets. AG1 is a small micro habit with big benefits. It's one easy thing you can do every single day to take great care of yourself. And if all that is not enough, you can feel great taking AG1 knowing that for every purchase, AG1 donates to organizations helping to get nutritious food to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the United States. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/tennish. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/10ish to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. That's athleticgreens.com/tennish.
Stella Rosa. Stella la 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 la. Bring the glasses and prosecco. Stella la 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 la. Don me now our Stella sweaters. Stella la 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 la. Celebrate with friends and family. Stella la 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 la. Oh oh.
Stella Rosa wines. Available at your nearest retailer.
So is King Kong a separate category?
No, King Kong is under the Godzilla umbrella.
Okay. So let me think about space. The Alien franchise, or Aliens, the horror franchise.
Great guess. That actually came in at number 12 on the list.
I knew it.
At 1.6 billion. I love that series.
Did you see Prometheus?
I did. I've not seen the classics, but I've seen all of the new ones, and I need to go back and see the classics because I'm familiar with the concept. I've watched a lot of like recaps. You ever go on YouTube and watch like film recaps?
Not really. But
there's this whole corner of YouTube where it's like these guys with robot voices will recap a movie in like 15 minutes, and I'm fucking obsessed with them.
Do they show like actual clips from the movie?
Yeah, they show actual clips of the movie, and it's just this guy in a robotic voice, and there's so many different channels that do it. Gives you the recap and like shows you scenes while you're doing it. It's an amazing way to pass 15 minutes.
And then you don't watch the movie, right?
Oftentimes I will. Oftentimes I'm so interested. I was like, well, fuck, I gotta go see that movie. But then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I just did this in 15 minutes.
What's the last movie you did this for?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I've watched probably like 4 of them a week.
Not including Pornhub videos.
But I've seen all the Alien movies like that.
I've seen all the Alien movies, he says.
Yeah.
Without seeing a single one.
Without seeing a single one. I just love the concept of like they're like outer space truckers. Like that is just such a cool like concept. It's something that's gonna happen in the future, right? So I don't know.
Okay, so Aliens number 12. What
Aliens
about
number
the
12.
Predator series?
Predator is number 19.
Did you see the Predator movie Prey on Hulu?
I did not. I've heard mixed things. Did you like it?
I loved it. It's a movie that you don't need to know anything about Predator to watch. It's a standalone film that someone could enjoy, and I highly recommend it.
Nice.
Okay.
So not all of these are space related.
Yeah.
But a good portion are.
Oh, I know one that has to be on there. It's going to be, well, without inflation, I guess it could be lower. But I'm going to say top 10 still. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is not top 10. Where did it fall? It's number 15.
Man, if it was adjusted for inflation, that would have to be up there.
Easily.
Okay.
Think of like, a lot of these have tons of movies. So like they may not be like the best movies, but there's a lot in the franchise. I'm talking like 6+.
Harry Potter? Is that science fiction?
Not science fiction. That's probably more fantasy. And let me know if you start needing some hints.
Fuck you with your hints. How about that?
Oh, yes,
How's
sir.
that for a hint?
Yeah, that's a great hint.
Hints are for people that are not good at guessing top 10 lists. You know, people like you.
You're the best there is, so...
Yeah, I don't need your fucking hints. Get those the fuck out of here. And shame on you for even bringing it up.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm going to nail this list. Okay. 6+ movies. Well, I'm going to stick in space for now. I know there's other things. And yes, I will edit this to make it sound like I guessed all these with no hesitation and no...
Of course.
Dead air.
Of course.
Okay, what about something dinosaur related? Jurassic Park.
Ah, there you go. Jurassic
Number
Park
2.
is number 2 on this list.
I knew it.
$6 billion worldwide total gross. Jurassic Park has 6 movies. You got your 3 from the, original Jurassic Park trilogy, and now you have 3 in the Jurassic World trilogy. And the highest grossing individual film from this franchise is Jurassic World at $1.6 billion.
So to put that into context, 1.6 billion for that one movie. The entire 36 movies from the Godzilla series, 2.5 billion.
Yeah.
So that one film has almost caught up to 36 Godzilla movies. So it's huge.
Jurassic World is the number 3, the third highest grossing science fiction film of all time.
And for the listeners, prepare to clutch your pearls and gasp because our very own Alex Johns here has never seen Jurassic Park.
Never seen a single damn one. I should. I need to. What is your take on the new ones? Do they hold up?
They're not good. No. So Jurassic World, I thought was okay. It was a good popcorn movie, like I mentioned, with Godzilla. Yep. The 2 most recent ones, which were Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, were not good. Not good at all. And really, Jurassic Park 1 is like a masterpiece. Jurassic Parks 2 and 3 are pretty good, but not anywhere near Jurassic Park 1. And then there's this huge cliff before Jurassic World, and the last 2 are like down in the ditch. So it's upsetting, but yeah, Jurassic Park 1 is a must-see film for every living human, and Alex.
Oh. Yeah, one thing I saw was interesting in doing research was that, the first 2 Jurassic Parks were based on novels, but the third film of the series was not.
Yeah, Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park and The Lost World, and the rest have been, without him.
Did the old Game of Thrones treatment of, once they run out of source material, they start sucking.
He might have been like a producer or a consultant or something on the other, although he died before Lost World. But yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, Jurassic Park 1, Alex needs to go see it.
It's on my list.
Would you, so you've never seen it, but you know the concept, right?
No, I would not visit a park with dinosaurs. Is that what you're trying to ask me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
I would.
I
know Dr.
clips.
Buster would.
I watched my 15-minute YouTube recap. I know what happens.
But in an ideal setting, the dinosaurs aren't loose. They're contained. And then you can see them just like at a zoo. You go see the tigers at the zoo.
I guess I do see the tigers at the zoo. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on what are the food options there, right? What's the snack bar like at Jurassic Park?
Alex, I'd have to get back to you. I'm not sure.
You know how some zoos have fucking Tyson chicken nuggets and fucking pucks of, I'm not interested in going all the way to see dinosaurs if I got to eat fucking pucks of, frozen meat.
Look, I agree with you that a lot of zoo food sucks, but I would counter that by saying nobody's going to the zoo to eat the food. I mean, if you happen to eat food while you're there, sure, but no one's going to the zoo for the food. And if you are, you're a psychopath and you should consider unsubscribing from this fucking show.
I don't know. I'm very picky about where I get my lunch and what I'm forced to eat. So anyway, that's all I'm saying. If they got good food, if the restaurant's hopping, then sure, I'd go check out Jurassic Park.
All the listeners that are in third world developing countries right now struggling to find their next meal are really shaking their head at your fucking ass right now. But what are you going to do? Alex is going to Alex.
What about you? Would you go see dinosaurs in a park?
Yeah, fucking of course. But in the movies, it's way off on an island in South America somewhere. So, I mean, it's an expensive trip.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yep. Alex thinks everyone in South America sucks. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let me give you another guess.
Yeah, give me a guess.
So Jurassic Park has kind of opened some doors for me, I think.
Yep.
Transformers.
There you go.
Number 3.
Transformers is number 3. Great guess.
Come on.
When you were struggling there, I was going to say there's 2 film franchises on this list that I associate with our good friend Dr. Buster, and you just knocked both of them out of the park, Jurassic Park and Transformers. So Transformers has a total gross of $4.8 billion.
God.
There are 7 films in the franchise.
Are there fucking really? I thought there was 3 or 4.
Transformers films. And the highest grossing one was Dark of the Moon, which grossed $1.1 billion.
Wow.
Let's see where that falls overall.
I don't even know how those did so well.
That was back in the day of fucking Michael Bay explosion films, right? Everyone was into Michael Bay explosion films.
But what was it about the Transformers brand that just, I mean, I know Transformers was something that a lot of kids like Dr. Buster remembered fondly from childhood, but
I think that's part of it. I think the casting was good. Well, the casting like got attention, right?
Shia LaBeouf
And Megan Fox. Looks like Dark of the Moon is the number 6 of all time, followed right closely by Age of Extinction, which was number 7 of all time, highest grossing film. So those did well.
I saw the first 2. First one was okay. Second one was dog shit, and I assume everyone since then has been dog shit as well. But people are still seeing them, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny. So you got the original Transformers in 2007, right? It did like 700 million, so it wasn't amazing. And then you got Revenge of the Fallen 2009, which did a little more. And then you got Dark of the Moon in 2011, which did a lot more. And then Age of Extinction 2014, which about kept pace with Dark of the Moon. And then they started falling off. You got The Last Night 2017, which only did 600 million, followed by Bumblebee in 2018, which was only 400 million. So kind of funny how like they kind of did a trend, right, going up, and then just crashed down.
A triangle. Yeah. They jumped the shark with that, I think. And they lost Shia LaBeouf at one point, and they switched him out with, I want to say Marky Mark.
What the fuck?
Mark Wahlberg?
Like kept him the same character, or was it like a different character?
No. I don't think Mark Wahlberg subbed in to be the same character that Shia LaBeouf was playing.
I was going to say.
And I think Megan Fox left too. So yeah, I don't think any of the original cast is still there. But again, I haven't seen any of the recent ones. It's just what I've like gleaned from trailers and stuff.
I've probably seen 1 or 2 of these movies. So,
but no Jurassic Park. Okay, that makes sense.
No Jurassic Park, right. Yeah, and it looks like Michael Bay directed the first 5 of them, but he did not direct Bumblebee.
Maybe he has a bee allergy, am I right?
Maybe. Apparently there's a 7th film, which is to be released in 2023.
That's great news, Alex. Thanks for sharing that.
It's called Rise of the Beasts, directed by Stephen Caple Jr.
Don't know who that is.
Me neither.
But I do know he's a listener of the show.
Yeah.
So let's recap the list where we stand right now.
Yes, so we've got number 9, Monsterverse, number 6, Star Trek, 5, Godzilla, 3, Transformers, 2, Jurassic Park. And we both know kind of what number 1 is.
We sure do. What about Men in Black?
Great guess. Where do you think Men in Black falls on the list?
How many are there? 4?
There are 4.
8? 8 or 10?
It is number 10. Just
knew it.
Barely cutting it on the list. Yeah, Men in Black, $1.9 billion. The highest grossing individual film was Men in Black 3 at $624 million. So there are 4 films in this franchise. Men in Black 1, Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, and Men in Black International.
Oh, damn it. My joke wouldn't have even worked if I had gotten it in time.
Yep. I like Men in Black. I think it's a fun franchise. I never saw International. Apparently, like Will Smith was like not in this movie, and like none of the original.
It was Chris Hemsworth, I want to say.
Oh, interesting.
Playing the same character that Will Smith played.
How does that happen?
Joking, Alex.
Okay. I wouldn't put it past him.
So I saw the first Men in Black.
I thought it was great. I think Will Smith did a great job.
It is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Smith used to be the man. Kind of fallen off lately.
Yeah. You need to keep his wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Too busy punching comedians, or slapping them, I should say.
Do you know that Men in Black is based off of a Marvel comic book series?
I did not.
Me neither.
But did you know the Men in Black concept has been around for hundreds of years based on UFO?
Yeah, the comic book was based on a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You say conspiracy theory, I say a matter of fact, sir.
Hot take.
Hot take. There it is. But we should get Rob Christofferson. He was on a few episodes ago talking about ancient aliens. Get his take on the Men in Black. Alex, Men in Black, 4 films, enough to put it in the top 10. Interesting.
Yeah, just barely.
And Tommy Lee Jones is a grumpy ass.
He is a grumpy ass. You're not wrong.
That's it.
Yeah.
In every movie ever, he's a grumpy ass.
Yeah. I can't think of one where he's
Have you ever seen him be anything but grumpy?
No, he's always a grumpy ass. Typecast, he does a good job at it.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, that's the Men in Black. And I am in the black, just like the holiday season is in the black, because I am whooping your ass at this list.
Sure
You didn't
are.
think I'd do so well.
I didn't think you'd do so well. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Ice Age.
Ice Age. You talking like the animated series?
You got a problem with
there's
Ice Age?
No Ice Age on this list. In fact, I don't believe there's any animated movies on this list.
Okay. You don't have to be a jerk about it, but okay.
So why don't you give me a real guess? We went through the fake guesses earlier.
Okay. The fake guesses. You're right. I should really get more serious. No superhero movies.
No
right?
superheroes. No.
Okay, well, I was trying to save it, but I'll do it now. Let's do Star Wars at number 1.
Let's do Star Wars at number 1. You want to give me a guess at what you think the total worldwide gross is, just in billions?
So Jurassic Park had 6 movies at $6 billion. Transformers had 7 movies at $4.8 billion.
Star Wars has 12 movies.
And I know the last 3 under Disney have all done 1 to 2 billion each. So that's say $6 billion right there. And then episodes 1, 2, and 3, probably 500-ish million each. So that's 1.5 billion. So I'm going to say at least 10 billion.
10.3. Look at you go.
Fucking
master right here. We're just going to end the list right now. Just
incredible.
End the episode, end on a high. Wow.
If everyone wants to give me a shout out on Twitter and Instagram and say, great job, Nick. Woo! With a clapping emoji, or even a selfie video of you saying, God, Nick, I knew you were great, but this is just incredible. That's fine. I'll accept those.
Yeah. Yeah. Star Wars, 12 films, $10.3 billion. Which do you think is the highest grossing Star Wars film?
It's either The Force Awakens or it's the one that came after that. Whatever the one after Force Awakens is. I can't remember the name.
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
So it is The Force Awakens at $2.0 billion. I believe Force Awakens is number 2 of all time. Last Jedi is number 4 of all time. Rise of Skywalker is number 8 of all time.
You ready for my hot take?
What's your hot take?
There are no good Star Wars movies besides the first 3, as in the 70s and 80s ones.
I will agree with that. However, you got to throw Rogue One into that list.
I do like Rogue One. You're right.
Was fan-fucking-tastic.
I could do without any of the others.
If you liked Rogue One, Andor streaming on Disney Plus right now. Actually, when this is probably over by the time this episode goes live, amazing show. Best Star Wars I've ever seen. Like I'm having more fun watching Andor than I did watching the original trilogy. Hot take?
Yeah, it is a hot take. And it makes you like, this list is movies only, but if you were to fold in all the shows on Disney Plus, like all the money that those have brought in as well, and the merch and all, like the movies are just one piece of the pie. But yeah, I won't go in my I've had Star Wars rants. We've done Star Wars episodes. Me and Brandon did the highest grossing Star Wars films.
Yep.
We've done Star Wars episodes, so you can find those in the archives. You'll hear me bitch a lot about Star Wars because I was so frustrated at Force Awakens. I remember I might have seen it with you. It was a group of us, and we walked out of the theater, and I was like, I just watched A New Hope again, basically.
I enjoyed Force Awakens when I first watched it. I think it was just gone so long without Star Wars that it was just like, oh yeah, this is back. But then upon a rewatch, I was like, man, that was kind of shit, wasn't it? Like I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's all shit. So
the fun note that I added here is that in 2012, George Lucas did sell his company to Disney, relinquished all ownership, and from there, Disney shat out the new shitty trilogy.
Shout out. George Lucas sold Lucasfilms to Disney, and I want to say that sale was around $5 billion.
Yeah.
Disney already made that back just in the first 2 or 3 movies alone, and that's just the movies, not including the toys and the merch and the shows. Like Disney, that was a smart purchase on their part.
What do you think is the lowest grossing film of the Star Wars franchise?
Well, it's got to be one of the first 3 just because of inflation, but...
You think? Solo did really bad.
Oh, Solo did bad. I remember that. Yeah.
Solo only did $392 million. Can you believe that?
I wonder why. Because Han Solo is so everybody's favorite character.
I think maybe it had to do with recasting him, and like the actor they used was just like kind of unknown. I mean, they had to recast, and he
hasn't done shit since then.
Yeah. I didn't mind. Like, I thought Solo was fine. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. You know, it was just kind of like, it's fine.
How many Chewbacca sex scenes were there?
Not enough, that's for sure.
How many milking green sea cows of their milk like Luke did in the later trilogy? How much of that was in there?
Too much, that's for sure.
Too much, okay. Well, maybe I should see this thing.
You know, in Andor, there's blue milk.
Does it come out of the tit fresh?
No, it comes out of a jar. If someone pulls it out of their fridge and pours a jug of blue milk. Why can't they just have fucking regular ass milk?
That's what I was about to say.
Why has it got to be a fun color?
I have a lot of problems with the Star Wars universe as a concept too. It's always bugged me how you walk into a bar and every single living thing is a different species.
How are they all breathing the same atmosphere?
That's what I
like.
Yeah.
All of these fucking aliens had to evolve on their own individual planets that had their own individual composition of fucking elements and shit. Like,
thank you.
There's no way in hell they're all breathing the same damn thing.
No. And how are they fucking? You know they're interspecies fucking, and you know that they're like, I could go on and on. They're eating the same foods. They're drinking the same shit. It wouldn't work.
It just wouldn't work biologically. I mean, unless, okay, hear me out. Civilization's been going on for billions upon billions of years. They all diverge from a singular species, right? And so, like, you get one species that gets stuck on this one planet, and they start growing those fucking dicks on their head. And they're still they started off as humans or whatever the original species is, and then they just kind of diverge. Maybe that's the case, but
do you remember that one from, I don't remember which, it was one of the first ones, the alien that has the butt face?
Yeah.
Like, why? They knew what they were doing, right?
They're
just
knew
being cheeky, right? Literally.
They knew it. So currently there's 4 new Star Wars films in development.
Fucking really? No.
Yeah. Three of them are untitled.
Are these all part of the same series, or we don't know yet?
No, we don't know any details. All we know is one of those 4 is titled Rogue Squadron, which there was a video game called Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It's just, spaceship shooting and shit. Should be fun. But no, we don't know any details about the other ones. Or at least I don't. Yeah. Maybe your listeners do.
Do we know if they're prequels or sequels?
I don't believe they're anything. I think they're all individual stories. I think I've heard that's what Star Wars is going towards, is more individual stories rather than sagas.
I think it should be that. I think it should.
I agree.
I think they need to branch off the main storyline that's been going on since the 70s.
Yeah. And I think it's just fun. They've got this whole universe to play with. They can do so many different stories. So
what would you do if you were excited and you went to the first, let's say it's 2026, and you go see this new Star Wars and they have a new version of the Death Star under a new name. They have a new version
of Palpatine is alive and like starts his shit back up. God, I would just leave right there. Fucking done.
There's at least a chance that happens.
I'm sure it's been pitched in a boardroom. Oh, people like Palpatine. Let's bring him back a third time.
Fuck. All right. So Star Wars number 1. I just need 4, 7, and 8.
Star Wars number 1. 4, 7, and 8 are remaining.
All right. So now I need to think.
I will say of these, I would not classify any of them as like space movies. There's elements of space.
Time travel?
There is a time travel. Yep. One very heavily into time travel. Let's see. And one is a dystopian sort of future.
Oh, Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. That is number 4 on the list.
Knew it.
You like Hunger Games?
So, I've seen all the movies, but I saw each of them once in theaters and then never again since.
Yeah. Same.
And I did read all the books before that.
Oh.
Yeah, I liked them okay. I don't know how they hold up, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, Hunger Games, $2.9 billion total worldwide gross. 4 total films. The highest grossing individual film was Catching Fire at $865 million. And I think that was the second one.
Yeah, Catching Fire second. It's funny how that blew up. I remember reading that book. I walked past that at a bookstore and the cover caught my eye and I read it. And I'd never heard anyone talk about it before that. And then like a year after I read it, the first movie comes out and it just explodes.
Yeah. I think it's great. It's a cool concept. I just love like future dystopian, like
me too.
The genre as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Starred Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen. So yeah, fun time.
How do you think you'd fare in a Hunger Games situation if you were there?
Oh, I'd be fucked. I have very, very little survival skills. Like, I'm surprised I made it this far in like actual society.
Same. I'd be fucked. My strategy would be hide and survive.
I mean, I can start a fire. I know how to do that.
I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
I can start shit.
I'm an Eagle Scout. Did you know that?
No, but I'm impressed.
Yeah. So like at one point in my life, I did learn survival skills, but fuck, it's not like I practiced that shit.
That's way above where I am. You know, they have that big, everyone launch, the thing starts and everybody runs to the center to get the weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
My ass would be backing up like Homer Simpson in the bushes. I'd be hiding.
Oh, yeah,
and
because right when you're in the middle, like, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah. I would just try to stay hidden until the end. But
crazy stuff.
Someday that'll be real.
Do you have a favorite dystopian movie, and is it Hunger Games? Or, like, maybe dystopian concept?
I'd have to think about that.
Film.
So I love the early seasons of Walking Dead. Oh, well, if you're including a book, then The Stand by Stephen King, for sure.
I need to
There's been
that.
shows about that, but yeah, there is a show called The Stand on Paramount Plus.
Is it good?
It's okay. I do love movies like that, like Mad Max, The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, stuff
Mad
like
Max
that.
is number 20 on this list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard for me to pinpoint a single dystopian. How about you?
So there's a TV show on Netflix that the show itself like kind of ended poorly and generally isn't like great cinema, but I just love the concept. It's called The 100. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it, yeah.
It was like a CW show. They put it on Netflix. Really interesting show about like Earth blew itself up with nukes. The surviving humans are in a space station surrounding Earth, waiting like 100 years for the radiation to die down. They send 100 fucking kids down to the planet, like juvenile detention kids, to like see if it's habitable, because I guess they don't have fucking sensors to figure that shit out. And oh, surprise, there was actually humans living down here.
Sometimes shows can't live up to their own concept, right?
Agreed. Yeah, and that is pretty plain and obvious on this show, but highly recommend to watch.
The Leftovers was like that for me.
Yeah.
But the show, it lost me, but I did like the concept.
Cool.
Kind of like, I like the concept of you being a sidekick host on this show, but then in execution, I'm actually not so much of a fan.
That's why I don't have that permanent spot yet.
Yeah. Yet, he says. All right.
I'm coming for this show, just like Dr. Buster.
Oh, so you're admitting now that Dr. Buster's coming for the show and he doesn't currently own the show as the host.
Well, no, it was his show and you supplanted him and took it over from him and he's, trying to get it back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure, everyone's nodding along.
Well, final note on Hunger Games, there is a prequel film in production set to be released in November of 2023. It's called The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I'll probably see it.
Yeah.
Stella Rosa Wines wants to make your holidays a little bit merrier with an extra $500 in your wallet. Enter the Wish Upon a Stella Rosa contest at stellarosa.com/wish for your chance to win. For every winner, Stella Rosa will match a donation to a charity partner. Learn more and enter to win at stellarosa.com/wish. Stella Rosa Wines wishes you a fun and safe holiday season. Please celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate Stella Rosa. Yeah. Deck the halls with Stella Rosa. Stella la 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 la. Bring the glasses and prosecco. Stella la 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 la. Don we now our Stella sweaters. Stella la 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 la. Celebrate with friends and family. Stella la 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 la. Oh.
Stella Rosa Wines. Available at your nearest retailer. Stella Rosa Wines wants to make your holidays a little bit merrier with an extra $500 in your wallet. Enter the Wish Upon a Stella Rosa contest at stellarosa.com/wish for your chance to win. For every winner, Stella Rosa will match a donation to a charity partner. Learn more and enter to win at stellarosa.com/wish. Stella Rosa Wines wishes you a fun and safe holiday season. Please celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate Stella Rosa.
So you're missing number 7 and number 8.
Are they spacey?
Not very. One of them kind of spacey, but it all pretty much takes place on Earth. A very like hard science fiction. There's time travel involved. There's robots.
Robots.
Let's see, it's
Robots. It's a ringing some bells.
If I tell you any actors, it's
Terminator.
Give it away.
Terminator.
Terminator. It is.
Fucking
Yeah,
got it.
Terminator number 8 on the list at $2.1 billion. 5 films in the Terminator franchise. Highest grossing of the 5 was Judgment Day at $520 million. Came out in 1991.
It's the best one as well.
Another franchise that I've not seen a single movie, but I've watched the recaps on YouTube. So,
What'd you think of the recaps?
I thought they were great. I want to see them. They're on my list. I fucking love, the concept. They build an AI and it becomes self-aware and decides to kill the humans. Like, it's just a classic science fiction trope. I love it.
T1 and T2 are two of my all-time favorite movies. The rest are okay, but yeah, I'd recommend this first two.
Yeah, I'm looking at the dates these were released, and it's like a very interesting span, right? You got 1984, then you got 1991. And then you got 2003, 2009, 2015, 2019.
That's 6 movies.
That's wild. It seems like yeah.
You said 5 before.
That is 6. I did say 5 before. But that is 6.
So should we question everything at this point then?
Yeah. No, you should always question what I say. Never take it at face value.
Terminator, great concept, great films, the first few. And Arnold has a ton of roles that have made him an icon, but I think his definitive role, the one that most people would point to, is Terminator.
Agreed.
Is that the first thing you think of when you think of Arnold?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Or
and you haven't even seen the movies.
Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor.
I still say they should have used Danny DeVito in that movie instead of Arnold.
Yeah. Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger's son was on Dancing with the Stars this season?
I did not know that. How do you do?
Fun fact. He fucking got out like in week 3.
Do you watch that show?
I do.
What a cute little Alex you are sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I've asked you how you would do in Jurassic Park, how you would do in the Hunger Games. How would you do on Dancing with the Stars, Alex?
Not great. I'm not very nimble. I'm not really very fit either. So, yeah, I don't think I'd do very good. I'm very cute. Yeah, I'd win the cute category. And
you're just as much a celebrity as fucking Arnold's son that no one's ever heard of. So.
Yeah, but he's buff. He was like really buff. That was his whole thing,
he's buff.
Right?
He has to be.
Yeah, he's got the genetics.
Well, not just the genetics, but also the expectation. This is Arnold's son. Everyone's going to expect him. Like, what if he showed up like a string bean?
Yeah, imagine being Arnold's son and he shows up looking like fucking me.
Right. Or extreme examples. He shows up looking like, 2000s era Jonah Hill or something.
Yeah. So, not great. And I don't think I'd fare very well in the Terminator universe either.
I don't either, but there's some dystopian themes in that as well.
Do you think that's the direction that like our military? So right, Skynet originated as like a military like defense system, right?
I think so.
Do you think that's the direction like our military will go, of like generating an AI to protect the country?
Absolutely. It's already. It's already in progress. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And if they can have robots fight wars instead of humans, game changer. I think every major country is probably working toward that.
Probably. What would be better is if they could just like stop fucking going to war.
Yeah.
But,
Talking to you, Putin.
Pooping.
It is for him, it's a terrible last name to be a brutal dictator. And your name's Putin.
That is. He should have thought about changing it.
So if I was his publicist, I would have recommended it. But
neither here nor there.
Number 7 is all I need left.
All right, so number 7, let's try to give some hints here.
Light hints, just kind of nudge me.
Think like 60s and 70s, but there was a recent resurgence of this franchise. Recent ones all came out in the 2010s. There are animals involved.
Dr. Dolittle?
One might say your favorite type of animals.
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. You got monkeys.
It does have monkeys in it.
Planet of the Apes. What is this? $2.2 billion worldwide gross. 9 films in the franchise. That's the only reason it's on this list, because there's so fucking many of them.
Well, the 2010s ones, I think there's 3 of them, or maybe 4. They all did really well.
3. They did well. The highest grossing is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes at $708 million. And that was, what was that? That was the second one of the new trilogy.
Yeah. I really like the new trilogy.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I've never seen the originals, but I have seen all 3 new ones. There's Rise, there's Dawn, and there's War.
Well, I did see the one that's like 2001-ish with Mark Wahlberg. That did not do well.
just called Planet of the Apes.
And it was not good. I love, like, Planet of the Apes, I wouldn't even call it, like, in my top 10 movie series that I like. But as far as the ending, I fucking love that ending. How, like, the first time you watch it, and at the very end, they reveal that it's been Earth the whole time.
Yeah.
That's such a...
It's like a classic science fiction trope, like, ending. I love it.
Yeah, me too. Do you think we're ever going to be overrun by talking apes, Alex? And how would you fare in that world?
You know, I think that world, I actually would fare pretty dang good.
Because we would be nice to the monkeys.
Yeah, I'd be nice. I love monkeys, and monkeys know that. You know, I'm not some fucking aggressive dude that thinks I'm Mr. Macho. Like, you know, fuck all that. Like,
really? That's really how I pegged you.
If you want to, like, be my master, like, sure, I'll just be your cute little human pet, you know? Just, you know, feed me and give me entertainment. That's fine.
Stroke my bum bum.
Don't have to fucking work anymore.
But the whole reason, the genesis of these apes becoming what they become is because of being mistreated by asshole people.
Yeah.
And if you and I were around, we would have been nothing but nice to those monkeys.
I just hope that when that day comes, they recognize the nice humans and they don't lump us all together. But just judging how society works and they like to generalize, that, you know, let's just hope the monkeys are better than us.
All right. I'm going to ask a dumb question.
Okay.
Really dumb question, probably.
Yeah.
But it's late, so people should give me a break. Given enough time, like given enough generations and years, is it possible that an ape could learn to talk like that? Or is that just completely not possible?
Interesting premise here. Given enough time, sure, anything's possible. But I don't think apes are going to suddenly, like, outpace humans. Like, I feel like the planet has, like, room for one dominant species, right? And, like, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
I mean, like, just even physically, like, would their vocal cords allow them to do that? Probably not today.
No, not today, but, like, I'm sure, like, if scientists can, like, train them to, like, this noise means that, this noise means that, and then they breed these, like, smarter monkeys together that, like, kind of know these noises over time, sure. Maybe.
All right. Now, can they do it to cats?
Probably not.
Damn it.
And why would you want to? You want to talk? I just want a little kitty cat that goes mew, mew, mew. I don't want a kitty cat that's going to talk back to me.
I want to know what the kitties are thinking.
I don't care what the kitties are thinking. I just want to hear the cute mew, mew, mews.
Yeah, you're probably right. The cute mew, mew, mews are probably for the best. Is your kitty still behind you there?
Yeah, she's passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Waiting for me to be done talking to your ass.
Yeah. Well, we're done then, Alex. Why don't you take us back through the top 10?
How about I take us through the top 25?
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds fun. So, number 25 is Cloverfield. 2 films in that franchise. 24 was Blade Runner. 2 films in that franchise.
Yeah.
You got the original and you got the new one that came out a few years ago. You got 23 is Alien versus Predator. 2 films in that franchise.
Okay. Not loving any of these.
22 is Tron. 2 films there, the original and the new one. I actually really like the new one.
I never saw it.
New is 2010, Tron Legacy. I don't know. I think Tron's a fun, interesting, concept.
Yeah. Well, you are a nerd. That's fine.
21, Nutty Professor.
Of course. Classic.
3 films. Number 20 is Mad Max with 4 films.
Okay.
Number 19 is Predator with 6 films. Number 18 is the Divergent series. You familiar with that?
I've never seen them. I know what they are.
Yeah.
Maybe this is unfair, sue me, but they just rub me as like a Twilight, Hunger Games knockoff kind of,
that was my
like,
thought.
teen. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised they made the list. 765 million total. I don't know. Whatever. Number 16 is Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. 4 films.
We know the song.
Yep. Number 16, Maze Runner. I don't know anything about Maze Runner. I know it exists. That's about it.
Same.
Number 15, Back to the Future. 14, Independence Day, which I thought was interesting, but I remember
Just
they
2 films,
did
right?
they did do a sequel. First one did amazing, 817.
I think the sequel bombed.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say bombed. 389 million. I mean, not great, but like, there's worse on this list.
Yeah.
Number 13 is Resident Evil. which I didn't know they had movies, but I guess they do.
Yeah,
I thought they were just a video game.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a video game, and then video game came first.
Yeah. 10 films in that franchise. Number 12 is Alien. 8 films in that franchise. Number 11, which I'm surprised you didn't guess, is The Matrix.
Oh, The Matrix. Well, I've
just
never seen
outside
any
the top
of them.
10. You've never seen any Matrix? Wow.
You don't get to say you never seen this or that when you haven't seen Jurassic
I'm not
Park.
giving you shit. I'm just saying that's interesting. Love
Never
The
seen
Matrix.
them. Did you like the newest one?
I did not see the newest one. I've seen the original 3. I wish that they would have waited like 10 years to make The Matrix. I feel like it was a little ahead of its time. I think it looked fine. Like nothing against the effects, but like I just don't feel like society was in a place to truly appreciate a film like The Matrix when it came out.
Okay.
Like clearly it did, right? Because it's so high in this list. But like, all right, here's my spiel on The Matrix, right? So,
okay.
Sorry to sidebar here. I know you're trying to go to bed, but fucking.
It's fun.
So humans are like enslaved by the robots. Their bodies are being used as energy sources for the robots. And meanwhile, their minds are uploaded into a computer program.
Spoilers.
The reason for this is that humans blocked out the sun to like combat the robots. It was this whole thing in the history war. Anyway, whatever. Humans are fucking batteries. That makes no sense. Like humans do not produce that much energy while they're sedentary, just sitting there. What they should have done is they should have had humans be fucking processors running their machines. We got these brains, these big sticky gooey things in our heads, which are like better than like any, computer or whatever. And they should have like fucking stringed us together as fucking RAM slots, just slot one out and in and out. And like that should have been the premise. And I heard that's like what the showrunners initially like wanted to do. But like, they're like, no one's going to know what a fucking processor is in like 1999. So like, but people know what batteries are. So like they did that. And I think that was disservice.
Alex, you really should have made a call back in 1999 to talk to the filmmakers and let them know of this idea.
I know, but it was a little ahead of my time too. I'll be honest. 9-year-old Alex in 1999 would not have understood what a fucking processor is.
True.
But 19-year-old Alex in 2009 would have been all about that shit.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But not only everything you just said, but also if the movie had come out 10 years later, the special effects would be better.
Would have been better.
Yeah, the world would have been. I see what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah, missed opportunity. Still think it's a great movie. Keanu is awesome. The premise is awesome. Yeah, I should probably see the newest one, but I haven't yet.
Why haven't you?
I don't know. Who's got fucking time for that, you know?
Okay.
You
got time for 20,000 15-minute YouTube videos, but not.
I've seen so many. I have seen the new Matrix on as a 15-minute YouTube
Why
recap.
do you do that to yourself? Why? It's like you should only do that for movies that you don't plan on seeing. For movies that you want to see someday, you shouldn't do that because it spoils it.
I don't care about being spoiled.
Whatever. I don't understand you.
And it helps me understand if it's worth seeing or not, you know?
I need to go in cold to a movie. I don't want to know what happens until I see it.
So anyway, we'll finish up the list. So I had number 11, The Matrix. You got number 10, Men in Black, 4 films. Number 9, Monsterverse with 4 films. Number 8, Terminator with 5 films, or 6, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Planet of the Apes with 9 films. Star Trek with 13 films. Godzilla with 36 films. Hunger Games with 4. Transformers with 7. Jurassic Park with 6. And the granddaddy of them all, Star Wars at 12 films.
I think on a per film average, Hunger Games might be up there.
Yes, I do have the per film average for each of these. The highest is Jurassic Park at $1 billion is the average of all films. Okay. Hunger Games is 742 million, which is the third highest average after Jurassic Park and Star Wars. Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a shit ton more of Star Wars, and I'm sure I think there'll be more of all of these. Like, there's money on the table. There'll be more. One
that is interesting to me that I think will be on the list in the future is Dune.
Yeah, I do too.
And I'm so excited for Dune to be on the list. Did you see Dune?
I didn't, but only because I want to read the book before I watch the movie.
Nice.
And I haven't read the book yet, but I'm going to. And I'm going to watch the movie after that. But I've heard great things.
Love the Dune franchise. I've never read the book either because I don't know how to read.
Right.
But saw the movie. I've read a bunch of lore. Such an amazing universe, right?
Why is it that every universe besides our own actual universe is more interesting than ours?
The human imagination is limitless.
It's true. But you know what's not limitless?
What's not?
This fucking episode. Because we have reached the end of the episode. Alex has given his list, the top 10 highest grossing science fiction film franchises. That's a triple F on the end.
Triple F.
That's pretty sweet.
Fucking film franchise.
My personal favorite franchise that we discussed today. So my number one favorite single movie would be Jurassic Park.
Okay.
But some of the other Jurassic Park movies and Jurassic Worlds bring the average down.
Yep.
I'd say Terminator, maybe.
Interesting choice.
Terminator might be my favorite, yeah. Well, but then again, only the first two are really that great. I don't know. All these have their highs and lows.
Right.
Godzilla would be another one. Those are probably my top three personal. Jurassic Park, Godzilla, and Terminator.
Yeah, I'm going to be cliche minus Star Wars.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Yeah.
You're a walking cliche, Alex.
That's me.
But you, the listener, I would love to know your personal favorite science fiction film franchise favorite.
It's a mouthful.
I was trying to go for it. But yeah, let us know what you think. Comment on the weekly discussion thread on Reddit at @TennisPod. Let us know what you thought of this list and this episode. I'll be back next week, episode 199. Our well-endowed, asked friend, Dr. Buster, will be back, and I'm going to bring him a list next week. And then maybe I'll try to get him to sing Santa Baby as well.
Good luck. I hope he does it.
Thank you. Alex, is there anything else you want to say? Any other hot takes you want to drop real quick?
No, just I love science fiction. Just keep watching science fiction, everyone.
Okay. That is a call to action. Keep watching science fiction. And more importantly, to our filmmaking friends and listeners out there, keep making science fiction, especially original fiction.
Shows, movies, books that turn into movies so I can actually consume the content.
You like audiobooks?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't drive anymore. That's the problem, right? I used to have a commute, right, where I'd listen to this kind of stuff. So
yeah, I feel the same way. But
yeah.
Anyway, people don't need to hear about our driving commutes. They need to hear me say, I appreciate you being a listener. I appreciate Alex, you being here. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bank of Clark County is making it easy to give to local charities. We're featuring a different one at each of our Bank of Clark County locations. To find out how you can support their good work, visit our website at www.bankofclark.bank or follow us on our social media channels and the hashtag GiveWithBOCC. Happy holidays from all of us at Bank of Clark County. Member FDIC.
Stella Rosa Wines wants to make your holidays a little bit merrier with an extra $500 in your wallet. Go to stellarosa.com/wish for your chance to win. Please celebrate responsibly.
Celebrate Stella Rosa.